But white skin color privilege is a myth. Enter 19-year-old Ray Aurora. This kid's a genius. He lives in Vancouver, Canada, and he's a writer. He sells his articles to a number of publications. So he researched white privilege. Ready? And again, it's always good to watch this broadcast with a pen and paper. He found out 4 things that just blow the white privilege theory out of the water. Number 1, according to statistics from the U.S. Census Bureau, several minority groups in America out-earn white people. They earn more money than white people. These are the groups. Ready? Pakistani Americans, Lebanese Americans, South African Americans, Filipino Americans, Sri Lankan Americans, and Iranian Americans. And the number 1 group in the United States for earnings, Indians. They earn more money than anyone else. None of those groups, except for South Africa, are white-based. None of them. Second, black immigrant groups have a median household income above the American average. Who are black immigrant groups? Nigerians, Barbadians, Ghanaians, Trinidadians. All have higher incomes than the average American. And because whites are more than blacks and Hispanics, that's the factor. Third, Nigerian Americans are one of the most educated groups in America, according to a study by Rice University. They only make up 1% of African Americans, Nigerians, 1%. Yet, they are represented at the Harvard Business School at a rate of 25% of black students. So no wonder they are out-earning whites, Nigerian Americans. I didn't know any of this, and I know you didn't know any of it. And thanks to Ray Aurora, we now know it. And finally, 16 million white Americans, almost twice as many as black Americans, live in poverty. Now, that's a little skewed because black Americans are 13% of the population, and whites are 50-something, close to 60%. It's a little skewed, but it goes against, if you're white, you have privilege. Okay? That's what it goes against. So, the white privilege argument, this is why I'm even bothering with it. Kids hear this, black kids, and it builds in to their thinking process. They're immature, okay? But so are most adults, that they're victims. Because whites have privilege, they, the black kids, don't have privilege, and they can't succeed. They're victims of a biased system. And that creates grievance. Oh, I flunked because I'm black. Oh, you didn't hire me because I'm black. Oh, you were rude to me because I'm black. And you have white privilege. Nobody has done this to me because they're afraid of me. But if anybody ever said to me, hey, O'Reilly, check your privilege, the mature O'Reilly would say, hey, why don't you take your stupid theory and whatever. I probably wouldn't use a euphemism, but I would state my objection. I grew up in Lebanon.